Oh, look, we're here. Is the site okay? I can't get.
What's wrong with the site?
I don't know. I think it's just my computer.
Not the site.
I know, right? It's terrible.
We're live?
We are. Yep.
We are live.
Yep,
Today
this
on
is my
the
new
show.
thing. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Be professional. Don't mind me.
No, what's your new thing? You were saying you have a new thing.
I'm the guy that starts Facebook Live videos with 2 minutes of me tweeting. Like, I don't know. Nobody watches those things, and I don't blame anybody because they're fucking dog shit, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how real people, like, I guess they must have like a team, and I'm just an asshole in a guest bedroom trying to figure it out. So I don't know how other people do it.
Well, it's funny because like for the first 2 minutes, it's like you don't know that you're live. You have to figure out like what the hell's going on. So it's like,
and there's no way to promote it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So it's like I got to turn it on to even get the link to promote it. It's stupid. Whatever. Fucking Facebook.
And we have like 70,000 likes on
Facebook now? Yep. We're fairly popular, but we're not verified like you are on Twitter.
We are people. So I have two buddies of mine, Elliot and Grubtub, and they start tweeting at me now. They're like, dude, you're a celebrity. As soon as we got verified, he's like, holy shit, you're a celebrity, dude. You're like a really big deal. So, and then they'll tweet, they're like, dude, how cool is it that we're like close friends with a celebrity like Cage Side Seats? Like, he's verified. Like, Ric Flair and Steve Austin follow him on Twitter. I was like, you keep saying him. It's the website. It's not me personally. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, everybody knows that. That's you. Everybody knows that. If I tweet from there, it's like a fucking internet conspiracy. Everybody freaks out.
Where's Geno?
Yeah, where's Geno? This doesn't sound like Geno.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. Is there are multiple people with access to that account? It is not always me tweeting. So, but you have a pretty distinctive style.
99% of the time, it's you tweeting, though.
Yeah, usually
it's your Twitter account. It doesn't belong to you, which is kind of a weird thing, but it is. I think of it as yours, but it belongs to SB Nation.
Every single time I open my own Twitter, I bail on it immediately. I just don't. I'm not good at like having my own Twitter. I guess it's too. I don't know. It's not for me. What's up, Sean?
Yeah. Not much, man. How are you? Welcome back.
Long time no talk. Yeah.
You return to CSL more often than Jericho returns to WWE. I don't know if you know that.
Well,
but people still seem to pop for your returns. Like Jericho's, they don't care about it anymore. He's back.
I don't know that people care about it. I've noticed there's no comments in the Cage Side Live posts anymore. Remember, we used to do like it used to be like a live blog. We'd get 200 comments of people like talking along with us, and now nothing.
No.
What happened?
I don't know.
I don't either.
We still get.
Well, we're here.
The YouTube views are still pretty good. I mean, I don't think they've changed.
They're still kind of a little good.
They're not terrible. They're not like Sean does a podcast with Kyle Decker bad.
Poor piece of shit Decker, man.
That was just me with the sub burial of Decker. That was
man. I thought that was a good show though. I listened to you guys, and I thought he did really well. He held up, and he sounded like he belonged there.
There you go. That's all that matters.
Not easy to do with a podcasting titan like Sean Reuter.
That's true. I am.
You won an award, by the way.
Oh, did I? I didn't know if that was official.
Yeah, I guess that's you won.
Well, I didn't win an award, really.
Yeah, well, let's see. I was gonna say say something and hold your coffee mug up to.
So me and this mug of a black cat shredding a mug are honored and just humbled. Humbled, really, is the word I'm going to go with to have won a Sealy Award. Is that what it's called? Am I saying that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Because it's not a Sheedy. We are not. I am not worthy.
We're not of Sheedy Award winners.
I have some sort of subcategory. Like if you go to the Oscars and they give away those awards like 2 days ahead of time, and then they show like a highlight package on the actual Oscars broadcast. That's like what I want, and that's a big deal for me because I actually put more thought into which coffee mug I'm going to use on this show than what I'm going to say on this show. So
really, and it was
that's not true. That's not true. I just made that up, but.
Celia Bloom of the Talking Sheep podcast gave Sean a Celia Award for best coffee mug game on a podcast.
Which I think there's no other contestants for that. So
I don't think so either, but here's the thing. You can now say you are an award-winning podcaster.
I would say that anyway. That's all.
We'll just lie. That's what we do. Cage Side has won a shitload of awards.
It's the wrestling business. We can make up whatever the fuck we want. You and I just made history earlier by being the first podcast to discuss Elliot
first
and
white
Grub
male
Tub.
duo.
Right. I mean, you know, whatever. It all works.
The first white male duo to not shit on women. I mean, I think that. There you go. Yeah. So if you guys want us to actually win a sheetie, not that it matters or whatever, I don't mind either which way. But I guess the voting is available to the public. So if you go to their spot and vote for us, then we'll win. If you listen to us and care enough, but I mean, we're good either way. Sean's an award winner, so we're all award winners here now. It's like Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho.
Right. We're all winners here. We are all Universal Champion here at Cage Side. It's a group effort. We
all have the best coffee mug game. Good thing David Otunga isn't still working his gimmick, or else he would have got second.
No, he got buried. I'm glad Cesaro didn't enter, but he usually just has a Starbucks cup, so that's not really. I think I would beat him.
Are you pretty? You're
in the coffee mug game.
Right.
What?
So you're a little happy and you're a little upset.
I'm conflicted all over the place. I don't know. I don't know
Tell
what
me
happened
why, Sean Daddy-O.
I guess I am a giant mark, which I'm fine with, actually.
You guess. You guess that. You don't know that.
I don't know. I mean, I have been accused, apparently, of being a mark, even though I sort of self-identify as one. So I'm confused right off the bat. Apparently, someone is trying to insult me by using a word that I would use to describe myself.
Yes.
Puts me in a weird place.
You fucking mark.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought the tag match was the match of the night. If anybody cares about that, get that out of the way. Yeah. I thought it. No. I thought it was really well done. But I'm conflicted about that because I am, I think everybody knows, I am a Cesaro super fan, and I'm very happy that he is holding gold again. I think he's looked phenomenal in this little mini feud that they've had. But I'm sad to see New Day lose. Actually, I never got as sick of them as a lot of people did. And I think especially sort of over the last week, I've really kind of respected where they're coming from and what the title meant to them. And so it sucked to see them lose.
Even though you had like a 3-year-old article called out by Xavier Woods on Twitter, how wrong you were.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just retweeted somebody else who called me out. So
yeah. Well.
I still don't think I was wrong at all. I think if you read that article, what I asked WWE to do with their gimmick is exactly what got them over. So I'm not saying I should get credit for that, but I think saying that I'm wrong in capital letters is a mischaracterization of what happened.
Wasn't it that they said they called out a bunch of people like you were all
there
wrong?
There were 4, but I was the only one whose name was on the fucking tweet though, which I thought was a little shitty.
First and last name. It's not like Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I was full on called out by Sean Reuter wrong. That's my new name. Sean W. Reuter.
Sean Reuter at Cage. Is your middle name W?
No.
What is your middle name?
Close. It starts with a D.
D. Let's guess this. Darren.
I thought we already played this game on Cage Side Live. No?
Dick.
It's not Darren.
Doug.
No.
Dre.
Not even really
Donner.
Close.
Dixon.
It is Donner. Mick Foley and my dad are good friends, and we both name all their kids after reindeer. So
is it Donald?
No, it's not Donald. No.
What is it? Tell me.
Dominic.
Dominic? Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, we did have this talk because it made me think of Toretto.
There you go.
Wow, my memory's trash. Anyway, Sean Dom Reuter. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you liked New Day.
So I like New Day. So yeah, that was. I mean,
to your boy Cesaro.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I would. I don't know.
You don't know. You just don't feel much of anything.
I don't know. I mean, to me, that was so predictable. I mean, so I said I really liked the match. I thought it was smart. I think they teased all of the ways that New Day has sort of cut corners to win over the past almost 500 days.
Yeah.
And none of them worked. And Cesaro's manliness was too much for them. And there you go. So I thought that was good, but I thought that wasn't really a feud. Like, if you're going to build somebody up for a fucking 500-day reign, it should be epic when they lose. Not like, oh, here's some guys they've beaten a bunch of times before, but they didn't beat them this time. So
I did like.
It seemed like a little bit of a missed opportunity to me, but it was fine. I thought it was a really good match.
I did like the way they were clutching the titles like in agony. Like this really did mean a lot to them, and even though they joke around so much, and we know them as the guys who come out, and they always put over the fact that they were the champs, but it always felt like kind of jokey, like it was kind of secondary. But here it was like, we're really fucking sad that this has happened, and we don't like, that was a part of their identity for all this time. And now that it's not, they're kind of devastated and have to regroup and figure out where to go from here. I did like that. I also thought it was good that they've paid off the Cesaro Sheamus stuff.
But they haven't really. We're still. You didn't watch Talking Raw?
Fuck no, I didn't watch Talking Raw. What they say?
No, they're still not. They're still teasing that they don't get along and same shit. They can get along in the ring, but like on Talking Raw, Cesaro was explaining his like fake tag, and Sheamus was getting pissy about it and trying to take credit, and it's the same. I don't mind it, but it's not. I don't think they're not all of a sudden on there. I think they're going to be champs for like a month and end up feuding each other again.
That probably is what happens, but I think the idea was that they've proved Foley right. Like they can't get along. Yeah. As soon as they do get along, at least in the ring, as soon as they kind of join forces, they're unstoppable. Right. And they prove that here, right?
And that's the only place they can get along is in the ring.
Yeah, and that's it. So if they just suddenly started getting along, I mean, they did have the moment. It's actually pretty good where they had the kind of a bonding thing in the bar. And it's like, okay, we can be kind of buddies, but I still kind of really don't like you. I'm going to fuck with you. And they did that. And then, okay, we're going to work together in the ring. We're superior to these guys. And that's, I think it puts them over in a pretty big way, actually, that once they did do that, they did win. And they're the champs now. So, I mean, it kind of elevates both of them, even as singles guys, right? Without being like, even though they're tag champs, if that makes sense.
I think it makes sense. And I think, even their bar fight required violence for them to bond. They didn't want to bond. They had fun kicking ass together.
Two manly men.
Exactly.
That's what better way to bond than smashing bottles over other men's heads.
Yeah, pretend gimmick bottles in a big gimmick bar room. That's all. It's all good.
Why do we get hung up on that kind of shit? Like, I actually wanted to see him bleed.
I actually like that. I mean, I think we talked about that. I liked that part of that scene, actually. Or maybe were you on vacation for that? Did I do that podcast with Kane or something?
Could have been. I don't know.
Or was that us? I don't know. Sometimes I like when they just are cheesy as fuck about that stuff. No, I think we were on. That was the one we did with the Enigma. I think we were all.
Oh yeah, the Enigma.
I like that it's goofy. I like that it was goofy, and obviously, I mean,
where we booted her off.
Yeah, we booted her off. And then I had to go talk to her again later that night.
How'd that go?
Pretty good.
Good. We're so boring. By the way, I listened to the podcast from this time last year. We were so much happier.
Really? I'm okay. I'm not happy. I'm kind of sad.
Okay.
Really? We were at this time last year, weren't we shitting on Roman Reigns and the start, stop, push and all that stuff?
We started our string of like just super fun shows where we just didn't give a shit and talked about like whatever and like started laughing about every little thing instead of doing the Geno time stuff. And I was like, where has that gone? Like, you're depressed. I'm fucking damn near suicidal. No, like it seems like we both kind of, maybe the job has just gotten to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
After so long, I don't know. But so we like the tag team thing.
It does kind of run together. Yeah. Anyway. I thought that was the job, the wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't talked about this, I don't think, but in the orifices, I think I was talking to Kyle and Kane, and like I still can't, like the UK tournament thing. That seems like a fun idea and everything, but I can't. All I can think about is like, fuck,
more work,
something else to do. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bummer.
I was like, what are you doing? Like my reaction to that wasn't even kind of like, oh, I'm excited. This is a new cool thing. It's like more people I won't know, more people I won't care about. Mm-hmm. And another, we're going to do another tournament with, that just, what are they doing? Like content is king in our business. I understand that, right? Where it's like, it doesn't even really matter what you're posting. Just be posting, put something up, something will hit. You post enough things during the day, you'll get enough little hits that'll build up into a big day, or you'll get one thing that hits big and it'll cascade and everything else will do well. Things like that. I get that. On their end, I don't feel that way so much. I shouldn't have to dedicate like 12 hours of my week to just WWE programming every week, all the fucking time. Football, baseball, even TV shows. Regular running TV shows have off seasons. Excuse me. They have times when they're not on. You can miss them and you can recharge your fucking batteries, your fan batteries, where you're like, hey, these are all the reasons I enjoy this program. These are all the reasons I like this. I miss that. I want that back. And then it shows up and okay, cool. As opposed to when you make announcements like this, where it's, oh, here's another tournament just in a different place. And we're going to kind of rebrand it. We're going to make a new belt. And now, I mean, it's the boxing problem at this point. Fuck, you have 1 million belts. That means none of them mean anything. Yeah. If everyone's special, no one is. So I just, yeah. I mean, it'll be what it is. And
yeah, I understand it from like a bit. I mean, so I understand it from a business perspective in a couple of ways. Is one, they want to.
That market.
I don't think. They want to have a foothold in that market, which is hot right now, and they want to have these guys. I know Regal has said up and down that they're not exclusive contracts, but I think that gives them a foot in the door to sign, Trent Seven and Pete Dunne, these guys that they're high on. So that makes sense. That gives them a presence in the market, and I think they do. I mean, they want to make sure that they're not losing their core audience to somebody else, but I don't think it grows their audience at all. And for us, which I think, as much as we try to cover all wrestling, we know where our bread is buttered, and they do too. It's with fucking Raw. It's not with,
it's Raw and it's SmackDown to a lesser
16 guys in Blackpool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, and then you read the stuff like the New Japan guys, like I think they're vulnerable and we might come after them, and maybe they are. I mean, maybe they're spreading themselves too fucking thin with this shit, and they're doing a lot of little things that people don't care about. I don't know. It's interesting, like from analyzing the business perspective, it's interesting, but I don't know.
It's super interesting when you look at it like that, but people get mad at us when we say shit like this, but our numbers say the same thing. Nobody gives a shit about the cruiserweights. Nobody's. They're gonna do this women tournament. No one's gonna care. Like, I'm sorry, but we'll do posts on it, and they won't hit at all.
I think that one has a better chance of getting people to care than the cruiserweights or London or England or whatever, or UK. But you're right. Yeah, it's not gonna break the fucking site with traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I think people want to think. Well, there's the thing. If I say that, right, like, man, the cruiserweights, who gives a shit about them, right? Like, no one cares about that.
Right.
There will be a group of people who get mad at me. It's a very small group, and no one else will give a shit. So it's like when you're in the bubble, you tend to think that your opinion kind of is the same as the mass opinion, and like you're way wrong.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what the same thing with this is here. Like maybe they're gonna get a core audience that's going to really love this, think it's the greatest thing, think it's a really smart move, and whatever like that. That core audience will be loyal to them and boost the product in some way. Like you said, they're not going to bring any new people in. And that should be the point, because they need to get the network up to a certain amount of subscribers. Yeah.
I feel like they're doing a lot of things to keep the network from dropping any further. They're not doing stuff to grow the network.
That's a good way to put it.
Like, I don't think anybody, I mean, yeah, maybe some people who let their subscription lapse to the network might come back for this tournament, but I don't think it's going to convince anybody who never thought they were going to get the network to all of a sudden get the network. Maybe in England it will, or maybe in the UK. But
and maybe that's what they're thinking. Like, we can attack the UK market and get them to jump the subscriber counts. But don't they get shows for free?
What do you mean?
Over there, pay-per-views and shit like that, aren't those still free?
I don't know where their deal with Sky is. I think it's a pay. It's like I don't know. We'd have to get Keith on or something. Or I'm sure there's some people listening who would know better. Eventually listening, maybe not live, but I think they're on like a channel that's like a tiered subscription channel, not like ESPN would be on a lot of cable services. So you sort of have to pay for them, but they're on. But I don't know for sure. I'm just talking out of my ass as usual.
That's the kind of thing you think we would know. But as two guys who write about the shit, we're not experts. We're fans.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to keep track of, is what I'm saying.
God, there's so much. Okay, so now I want to hear what you thought about the Iron Man match, because I know you've got some feelings about that.
I have calmed myself down considerably.
Have you? Because you were really upset last night.
Well, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, they made me feel some feelings, and that's okay. That's part of their job, I guess.
Holy style.
I didn't think. I mean, I saw this sentiment lots of places, so it's not an original thought. I thought the match was. The whole feud has been structured really weird, right? It's like it should be blown off in Hell in a Cell. This should have been a step along the way, not. It was just, yeah. The match didn't get going for me until about 10 minutes left. Whenever we finally got a fall, then the next 15 minutes were pretty exciting. The first 20 minutes was like, this is not.
I think that was the idea, right? To kind of slow roll it and then just hit you over the head with action.
I guess so, but they're not. I mean, this is not. It didn't play to their strengths at all to watch them try to like strategize and shit. Like the stuff that I love about the Sasha and Charlotte matches is that they're just like fucking chaos and kind of sloppy and all that stuff. And it was weird. And like even the one fall that Sasha got, I guess she got one by submission and one by pin, and the pin was like it was just horribly executed. They were like they sort of rolled around for a second, and then all of a sudden, even though it was clear Charlotte could have gotten up, she didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there was that. I mean, that's like, and I read, we'll promote it later, no doubt, but Hollywood Chris Hall wrote a piece this morning where he's like, I think part of the problem is that they didn't tell us who's the heel and the face. And I was reading that and going, no, wait a minute. Charlotte like beat up her father. That's pretty clearly the heel. But then I was thinking about it and he's right. There have also been times where Charlotte hasn't been presented that bad. And so so like my initial reaction is like, damn it, the babyface didn't win and she looked stupid. But they haven't really, everybody is, this feud's just been a mess. They've had really good matches in a messy feud, and this was a fucking messy end to it. Like, I don't get it. And yes, I'm a Mark and I'm a Sasha fan and all that stuff, but even if it had been somebody else, I would be surprised, one, that they had a babyface lose by tapping cleanly twice in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That was my tweet that you included in the recap. I cannot recall. Somebody brought up like HBK and a triple threat with Angle and Cena like in 2003 or some shit, but whatever. I mean, that's still, I cannot, WWE doesn't end feuds with the good guy tapping.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
And she did it twice. And then there's the fact that and I get that they did it to build the drama, and it worked. I mean, I was sitting at home going, come on, don't tap, but it's she looks stupid to hold on for 90 seconds when she can stare at the clock, and then all of a sudden, with 2 seconds left, when she knows all she has to do is hold on, and she's the champ still, she taps. That's ridiculous.
Well, I think I don't know that I agree so much with your opinion on that one because, well, I mean,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, like I said, I am willing to hear all arguments because I know that I'm not 100% in my rational brain on this, but it just didn't work for me.
Well, she'd been in the hold for 90 seconds, right? So, I mean, the idea is, how much pain can you withstand? You think of things like, how long can you hold your breath? And if they tell you, I will give you $1 million to hold your breath for 1 minute, and you're at 58 seconds, if I don't breathe, I will die. You know what I mean? Like you could get there. Anyone can get to a minute holding your breath. Well, maybe not anyone, but the idea, right, is, and you say, dude, it's $1 million. But when you're at that 58 second and your brain is telling you, you have to breathe, literally nothing else in the world in that moment matters as much as taking a breath. So you take a breath and you immediately live in regret thinking, God, I should have made it those 2 seconds. It's only 2 seconds. And so you kind of you look at it differently after the decision is made, while not necessarily accounting for your thinking when you were under that stress and pressure in that moment of I need air. I look at it in basically the same way. It's 90 seconds of, and you've probably done a figure four to somebody. When you apply it properly, that shit does hurt. You can fucking hurt someone's leg with that. You're in massive pain. You can have all the will and determination in the world and still be sitting there and going, I'm gonna fucking die. This hurts so fucking much. I just got to get to the end of this. And you're looking at the clock, go, okay, I can do it. And then as time keeps going, you go, I can't, maybe I can't. And then there's the whole process of, okay, all I have to do is tap. And then the pain is done. So the idea that even though there's that 2 seconds, you go, if you just hold on for 2 more, you look stupid for not doing it. No, you look like I think it's pretty sane reaction to have when you're in that much pain and had been in that much pain for that long. I can't hold out any longer. I just can't. No matter anything surrounding it, I just can't. I think it makes Charlotte look strong for having executed it that way, I guess. And it makes Sasha, I thought Sasha looked pretty good, all told. Like, she tried as hard as she could. It just sucks that the timing worked out that, 2 more seconds. It makes it kind of interesting, right? Kind of Bayley and Sasha style, where it was like you just have those couple of seconds. Isn't it the same thing? She needed to just wait a little bit, and she couldn't, and Bayley won. I mean, if you're in that much pain, you tap.
I guess, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know. I mean, it's just, I just can't. That's just. I mean, and it all. I mean, this, and I've said this a couple places too. I mean, it all depends on what they do next, right? If they have Sasha come out and cut that promo, like, I made a strategic error. I thought I could do it. I couldn't, and now I'm going to regroup and refocus and try to get my title back eventually. Then that's fine. If they, and I don't know what they're going to do. If they just sort of roll on, which they may do, because like I said, this feud's been kind of all over the place, and the promos haven't been a strength, especially on Sasha's side. So, I mean, that may not, they may choose to not even address that, which would be disappointing to me. I'm just legitimately shocked because 30 plus years, 40 some years of watching WWE's wrestling tells me that this story ends with Sasha lasting those 2 seconds. This is a weird story that they've never chosen to tell before, which doesn't make it bad. It's just weird. And
then not only did she not last the 2 seconds, but she came back and was even more fucked up and lost the match.
Well, that's the other thing is, okay, so you do the sudden death routine, then I would expect her to, the image of her like holding her belt up with blood dripping down her face would have been fucking badass and a good way to end the feud, which you're telling us this is the end of the feud. For now, of course, these two are obviously going to wrestle again at some point in the future. And that it wasn't that is again shocking to me, and that's maybe not bad, but it's a different WWE story that I'm not used to them telling, and I don't think they would tell it with anybody else. I'm not saying this is a conspiracy theory that they're out to get Sasha, but I can't see this being a Roman Reigns story we would ever get, where he would tap with 2 seconds left.
Well, and it's kind of strange too, in the sense that
or a Cena story. This has never been a story they told with Cena.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange too, in the sense that Charlotte made the furious comeback. She was down and was like, I have to turn it up and I got to beat the clock. And then she did beat the clock. And then it was like, okay, I got to win in sudden death. So it amps up the drama. You're right. It feels like the roles were kind of reversed, where it's like, well, who's the good guy here? Who's the bad guy or girl, gal, whatever you want to say? And who am I supposed to be supporting? Like, who am I supposed to be behind? Sasha, I guess. But then you look at that too, and it's like, well, they just did the thing where Ric Flair put her over, middle of the ring, after fucking she won the title, and it looked like a obvious end. But then they do another match, and now he's nowhere to be found, and Charlotte yeah, like you said, it really is kind of strange that
it's been all over the place.
Yeah. The end thing we got here was the good guy failed in the big spot, and yeah. I don't really understand the idea behind and they put the no rematch thing in there. And when they put the no rematch thing in there, you thought, well, this must mean then that Sasha is going to be the one who wins the match, because you can't let the bad guy win.
Yeah. But maybe you're right. Maybe they don't view her as the bad guy, I guess. I don't know.
Or they
they clearly view her as I think it's pretty obvious that Vince views her as the money character, right? He wants the big, blonde, athletic-looking woman out there as his, and I think that makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier to sell if you land Ronda Rousey. It's easier to sell the visual of Charlotte having a chance against a shoot fighter champion than it is 5 foot whatever Sasha. I'm not arguing. That kind of makes sense, but this is a weird way to tell the story then.
And Charlotte never loses on pay-per-view,
right? Which is at this point is a little bit boring, I think. But hey. You got to build. You got to build a streak somehow.
This whole fucking thing's a little bit boring at this point, even with Iron Man matches and the drama that they created. But yeah, I'm really baffled by the idea that they would take this route with it. And then where does Sasha go from here? because I mean, she does look kind of bad, just in the sense that you couldn't last those 2 seconds. So that, I mean, you look strong.
She can't win the big one, so to speak. She's never successfully defended her title.
That's a story. That's for sure a story that we can't ignore at this point. Even if they're not trying to tell that, it's kind of hard to ignore that.
Right.
To go, okay, well, every time you're champ, you lose in like the first fucking match. Has she ever defended that thing?
I don't know that she successfully defended it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But
so you're in a situation where she can't ever defend the title. Charlotte never loses on pay-per-view. So I guess all along we should have known that this would be the result. It just feels kind of, I don't know, feels unsatisfying. Like it just leaves you with a different, feeling when you kind of go in thinking, all right, well, the good guy wins here, right? Like Luke Skywalker is going to win and not Darth Vader. And then Vader wins and you're like, this is the world we live in now. All right.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, it's not I mean, I hope that this is a turning of the page and this is like a new kind of story that WWE is going to start telling. But based on how, fucking scattershot it's been to get here, I feel like this is just another like weird thing that maybe will get followed up on, maybe won't. And this is just, I mean, I don't have a lot. I don't feel like they've earned the benefit of the doubt for me to think, oh, it's a new nuanced storytelling about the hero failing and what that means. And I'll be shy. I hope I will come on here and say that I'm wrong, that they have just delivered a fantastically adult story about overcoming failure and blah, blah, blah. But I bet it's not.
That's where they're going to go with it, you mean?
Yeah. That's, everybody's saying, well, they worked you and blah. I mean, okay.
How did they work you?
Because I felt something, apparently. That seems to be the argument. If they made you mad, they did their job. Is that argument? Which, as I said in the offices last night, that's my word. That is my least favorite wrestling fan.
Tell me why.
If you feel something, you got worked and they did their job. Because kind of, yes. But I don't feel like that really adds anything to the discussion either. Like we're trying, we all know that. We all know that wrestling isn't real. But we can also, there are different ways to get upset. You can get upset because of the outcome. You can get upset because they didn't tell the story right. You can get upset because of a mix of the two. And we're all aware of the fact that it's fake or that it's scripted. So let's have a discussion about nobody, if people get upset at The Walking Dead, I guess they probably do. There are probably fans that yell at you like, they just did their job because you're upset. Whatever. I mean, I don't.
You just hate it. You hate it so much. I mean,
and I don't. Sometimes I want to say that to people, I guess, too. But I just don't think it adds anything. I mean, to me, when you just say that, when that's all you say, that's just you saying I'm smarter than you, basically. That doesn't help anybody.
In some ways, it could also, I think, be just a gentle reminder of like, I know you're upset, but like that was the point. And at the same time, though, too, but that's kind of bad storytelling, in a way, right? I mean, well, I don't know if it's bad so much as, in a sense, it's bad because you don't want to make me feel bad at the end. I'll feel bad in the middle so that you can make me feel good in the end.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is maybe they are subverting wrestling storytelling here. They're starting a new paradigm, but I don't think so. I think they just fucked up the story. I mean, what you usually get is you set up challenges for the hero to overcome, and then they overcome those challenges in the end. That's the John Cena story. That's the Roman Reigns story. That's the Hulk Hogan story. For some reason, we decided to not tell that story here, unless Charlotte's our hero. And she overcame the fact that her dad betrayed her. I don't know.
She's the hero if we cheer her as the hero, and the majority are not behind her in that way. It's almost that would be the Reigns problem, but I mean, at least then we knew what they were positioning him as being. And I don't think they've ever really made any bones about Charlotte being the heel, but the way it's booked makes it seem like that's kind of not the case, or just that Vince is such that it's just, this is what he wants it to be, which that's weird.
Yeah, it's just, and I don't know. And part of what I'm thinking is, I mean, is this a leftover of they're all catty women story? Like he doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm spitballing here, but
I don't get that impression.
I don't either, really. But I mean, I'm looking for explanations for why this is the story where it's okay that a clear-cut heel went over. I mean,
that's
so
that
you.
has
I
to
feel
have
like
happened.
you kind of have to consider that. You kind of have to consider that. You know, they have concerns about Sasha's longevity and marketability.
I would guess that the only thing you could blame is that they don't feel that great about Sasha. And they do feel that great about Charlotte, so they go, we'll take the hit here. Or even better, maybe, we're not going to put Sasha over here because we have bigger plans for another wrestler and put
Right.
her over at WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So maybe the idea is Charlotte Bayley, and they get to that and they do, because it's in Orlando, Performance Center NXT, where Bayley was kind of made into the star that she is today, and they go that route. That seems possible. Likely, even.
Yep.
And you can't really do that with Sasha. I think you can get to the Sasha Bayley stuff after that happens. Charlotte's kind of imposing force in the women's division now. Like, excuse me, like, what do you do with her?
She's a 4 or 5-time champ in like a year.
Yeah. Like, she has to be at or around or near the top, but it kind of makes it hard to do so many other things. You know, like, where do you go? What do you do with her and with the title even? You know, there's only so many spots. I'm kind of low-key hoping Emelina shows up tonight, just viciously beats the shit out of Sasha for, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been waiting for all this time, and you and fucking Charlotte just forever battling.
Yep.
And maybe that's how she can establish.
That is. Although I don't know what then. So what's up with Nia then? She's just gone.
Well, I would hope Nia would be the one who comes out and beats the shit out of Charlotte. So send Emelina after
Bayley?
Sasha.
Bayley continues to fight Alicia Fox in one-sided matches over Cedric Alexander.
Well, she can keep kind of doing her thing where she has matches against,
Alicia Fox. There's nobody else on the roster.
Summer, Paige. Paige is off suspension. Well, she's still hurt, I guess.
Summer and Paige are both still hurt. You don't have anybody else.
You can bring in enhancement talent. Or have her do other things. Have her kind of be involved and not all the way. I don't know. See, that's so tough to book wrestling.
Well, it's tough to book wrestling when you only have 6 fucking characters, and that's their own fault.
It's true. I cannot argue with that, sir.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they did not tease Emelina this week at all. I think she tweeted some more stuff, some more shit at Sasha and Charlotte. I don't know. Emelina versus Charlotte. So I don't understand.
I have to tell where we lost our smiles, and you're like, "Oh my god,
I just don't. I mean, this, and this is my problem. I'm not. I think you can go back. Like the other argument is that I saw thrown around the stupid internet since last night. Is that oh, you like these feuds when Sasha wins, and you don't like it when Charlotte wins. And I think you can go back, and I've been pretty clear on the fact that I've liked a lot of these matches, but I've ready to be messy, and I think it still is. I don't think they solved anything, and having Emelina attack, or I don't know. I mean, Nia or Emma versus Charlotte is ostensibly heel versus heel. We think we don't know anything about Emelina at this point. She could be, maybe she's. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, the way she tweets, it doesn't seem like she's a babyface, but at the same time, we all kind of, I think, agree that we need to move the shit. So I don't know. It's in 2016, almost 2017 now, which I'm ready for that shit to be here.
Yeah.
We can't tell anything. Like, it really feels like we just can't tell anything about anything. Who's the good guy and who's the bad guy? It's so hard to tell that now. Like, think of every person on the WWE roster. And then do you have a clear-cut understanding of who's the good guy and who's the bad guy? People like Seth Rollins. You think, well, he's a good guy right now, but, well, he's a bad guy for the longest time. He's kind of shitty. Yeah. He's kind of a shitty.
I hate him more now than I did when he was a heel. So you're right. I mean, and that's part of that is on us as a collective fan base, I guess, because we rooting for heels has become so ingrained that and hating baby faces that it's not like they used to talk about going to heel towns. That's everywhere now. There are pockets of that everywhere, so it's our fault too. I mean,
had a buddy here who was watching the show with me last night and was Kevin Owens is getting cheered, Roman Reigns is getting cheered. Kevin Owens is getting booed. Roman Reigns is getting booed. And he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, yeah, that's wrestling fandom these days.
Yeah, but that's sports fandom too. That's true. Which I guess is how they want us to look at this. Like I sort of felt about Sasha losing the same way I will feel if the Steelers lose to the Ravens next Sunday. And there's
play next Sunday?
That's fucking Christmas Day for the division. Yeah.
Division
Fuck,
titles on. It is almost
my,
Christmas, isn't
my
it?
holiday is ruined.
My God, Christmas on Sunday. Holy shit.
Yep. So, I mean, yeah. So in that sense, did I get worked is that how, yeah, but it's still, but they don't, but it's not the same because they can control things. And I don't understand why they chose to control it in this manner. So there you go. I don't know.
They do control things, but I mean, yeah.
I mean, so what do you think? So one thing that I didn't really pick up on watching live, but a lot of people in my Facebook gimmick deal was bringing up was were Roman and Seth getting booed as they attacked the best friends last night?
Like I said, it kind of seemed that way, right? Like it seemed like people.
What people were saying. Yeah,
it seemed like there were some cheers, and it seemed like there were some boos. So it was like, and maybe it's a testament too, in some ways, to like the fact that guys like Owens and Jericho can do what they do and they get over with it. And then it's like we kind of feel a little confused about, well, okay, what are we supposed to think here? But it's like, it's so, I don't know. They have a real problem with getting baby faces to a point where we all feel like we want to cheer for this guy.
Yep.
And part of that problem is Triple H and Stephanie. Because they all that they would switch back and forth and they would confuse the matter. They would confuse us with how they ran the show. 1 minute they're trying to bury everybody and calling our favorite guys B-plus players. And the next minute they're like putting the guys over that we want them to put over. And they're doing things in such a way that it's like they want to look like the good guy in it all. And then they're showing up at NXT like, rah, rah, this is your promotion. And then Stephanie's taking credit for the women's revolution. And then you want to give them credit and they deserve credit in some way. But you can't kind of go too far in that direction because they are still characters who are heels on this show. And everything gets so confused. I really am against the more we go along and the more we go into it, this meta shit, this like worked shoot reality that we have now with Twitter and with all this stuff. I really think it's been bad for pro wrestling.
Yeah,
overall, yeah.
I mean, look, another example of that's going on right now is this is on my list of things that he posts on today, is Lana and Rusev are tweeting about their feud. And I guess WWE doesn't want us to pay attention to their social media because they're making very good arguments about how they're the baby faces because they're trying to teach children that you don't slut shame women. But on television, it's very clear who we're supposed to be cheering for. And they do that, and they pick and choose. Like sometimes they want the social media stuff or the online stuff to be a part of the story, and they'll put that on screen, and they'll say, "Follow these, engage with us on social." But then other times they ignore it, and so it becomes confusing again.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're in a place right now where, like, I think some of the more like universally cheered characters on WWE television are heels. I mean, AJ Styles gets a more consistently positive reaction than Roman Reigns does.
That's true. It's absolutely a weird thing too. Like you said, like you can't have Rusev and Lana, especially Lana, right, being the ones who are on Twitter who are trying to push like anti-slut shaming and all this stuff, but you book them as like the bad guy on TV. Like, oh, she's horrible because she was acting like she was gonna fuck Enzo. And then it was really a ploy to beat the shit out of him. But then teach us a lesson that it's bad for him to want to fuck a married woman who was trying to seduce him, even though he was like, this was a bad idea. I shouldn't be doing this. Or, you know what I mean? Like you book all of that. And I'm just like, I morally, I understand right and wrong here, or what I feel like is right or wrong. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you don't, WWE. Like you're unsure of. It's like watching Vince kind of go back and forth in his own mind between, this is a bad thing to do, but also, Lana's hot, so it doesn't matter. But also, like, no, she's devious, and she's going to try to screw him over because that's how women are. Almost like you can see the whole thing kind of play out that way. It's like a peek into his head. Not that that's what it was, but it just, I don't know. When you think of it that way, it's like, wow.
That's the whole meta thing that they sort of sell us on, too. They don't shy away from the fact of, like, trying to interpret what Vince is doing, really. I mean, they sort of lean into that a little bit with some of their network specials and things. Like, they do encourage us to think about it on that level. It's very confusing.
It is.
See, I told you, I'm just confused by this whole show. I don't know what to do with these feelings that I'm feeling.
And that's part of the problem with Raw. That's part of the problem with. I mean, I think maybe, and that's part of what makes. And I don't want to encourage this, but it's part of what makes SmackDown good. Is that I think there's a lot less misunderstanding of who I'm supposed to like, who I'm not supposed to like, what I'm supposed to cheer for, and what I'm not supposed to cheer for, so on and so forth. And it's funny I say that, and AJ Styles is a heel who continues to get cheered,
and Bray Wyatt is a heel that gets cheered. I mean, it's wrestling. I know, right?
Fucking wrestling. What do you think of Neville as a cruiserweight, just beating the fuck out of everybody?
I like it.
I think it's lit.
Down. I think, and was he getting cheered to show up and beat up the baby faces?
I think he was, actually.
Yep. So it's, I mean, I like that story. I think it's, I do think they need a little something. I watched 205 Live. I think it's a decent show. I don't think it's nothing that I would go and tell somebody like yourself that you got to make time for or anything. And I think if they hope to get people who are Raw watchers or sort of on the fence to watch it, they got to get names that they recognize more than just Brian Kendrick. And I think Neville, Austin Aries, when he's healthy again, are people that they can do that with. And I think, we have questions about why Neville did this, and that's good. That's a good thing at the start of the story. Like, part of my problem with Sasha and Charlotte is like, why did they do this? Why are they acting this way? And it's the end of the story. I'm supposed to know that shit by now. If I read a book, I don't want to have more questions at the end than I do at the beginning. So I think the Neville thing right now is in a good place. I have a lot of confidence in Neville if they do like a Shades of Grey thing. His title run in NXT where he was sort of a dickhead babyface was great. So I have faith in him to do that and sell that. So I'm excited about that. That was good.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. And the Cruiserweight division needed a shot in the arm of some sort, which sounds kind of funny because it just started basically. But, we'd already gotten to that point. Too many TJ Perkins, Brian Kendrick matches and just not, six mans. And you never really get to know anybody, even though they're playing these vignettes and, I don't know. It needed star power too, like people who weren't just you introduce a bunch of guys and you hope somebody catches, but there's always the chance that no one does. Excuse me. And now this is like a infusion of. It makes him look good too, because it makes him look like a big fish in a little pond. Like he looks like a big star. Like I'm coming from over here where I was not even a big deal there, but I'm a really big deal here now.
Yep.
So yeah, and he looks imposing as fuck with those guys.
He's fucking jacked. He's a ridiculous physical specimen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal.
So he looks he looks like he could come in there and destroy all of them, and that's what he did. Except he didn't really touch Kendrick. So there's a lot of like interest. So I'm looking for one of the things I'm looking forward to on Raw tonight is what is he going to say? His post-match interview on YouTube was, all of them yesterday were more of the stuff that you were making fun of with the Goldberg one. There's nothing to do them, but his is really good. He just, menacingly says you shouldn't be surprised, which is, good.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
We shouldn't, because they've been mistreating him for a long time now, and he's like, all right, fine, I'll just go fucking do it myself.
But this is sort of the problem. I mean, that's like us saying they've been mistreating him. That's us getting into the meta shit. So we like it sometimes, but we don't. It's very confusing.
That's true, and I wish I hadn't said that.
I know,
you're right.
Yep, it's very confusing.
It just makes it difficult to be a fan, even. I'm a Bear fan. It's very easy to be a Bear fan. I just be pissy all the time because they suck. At least I understand.
We haven't even had a chance to talk about that yet.
Talk about what? How the Bears are trash and I hate them?
Your boy Aaron Rodgers.
Don't ever call him my boy. I don't wish injury on people, but if I did.
Right. That motherfucker.
I don't want people to get hurt, but I wouldn't hate if that calf injury fucking just flared to such a degree that his leg fell off. He's such a prima donna too, man. Like he sells like he's a fucking wrestler. Like gimps around and shit. When he knows he needs a first down, he's running like he's the fucking Flash. And then I'm at the end of the run. I better pull up hopping so the cameras can make sure to catch me. Oh, I'm so hurt. Oh, did everybody get a good look at me limping around? Oh, put me over on fucking NFL Network. What a clown. Fuck that guy.
See,
anyway,
there you go.
He's garbage. I'm tired of him. I hate
I
them.
hear
I
you.
hate the fucking Packers. And the Vikings couldn't fucking beat the shitty-ass Colts, who the Bears almost beat, with Brian Hoyer, who couldn't fucking quarterback to save his ass.
Did the Vikings score in that game?
At 6 points. It was
Oh, okay.
34-6 to the Colts. And Hoyer was like 21 of 22 for 350 and 3 scores against that defense. Sam Bradford himself held together by Band-Aids and duct tape. My God.
Yeah.
I hate football, man, and baseball's gone. So I got nothing to get all whatever about. I hate baseball now, too, actually. I played a whole damn season in MLB. Anyway, we're here to talk about wrestling.
I guess, yeah.
Which
What else?
We don't even want to talk about. What's there to even say with the main event?
You want to talk about? You want to talk about Braun?
Yeah, we can talk about Braun. Well, what's there to say with the main event? Like, there's nothing. There's just nothing. It's uninteresting. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's lame. It's bad. Jericho.
I don't know if I go that far, but yeah, it didn't inspire a lot of think pieces out of me. I don't know. I mean,
they're friends.
I guess
they're not friends, and then actually they are friends, and hey, they're finally not friends. Nope, still friends. Hey, they're not friends anymore. Say seriously, you guys, they're not friends. Yeah, they're totally still friends. Like, fuck you.
But,
like Vince's whole again, I'm gonna blame Vince and go, he's just back there fucking just furiously fapping like they're gonna think they're not friends, and I'm gonna show them they're still friends and splurge. Like that's clearly what's happening. And it's stupid.
I guess. I mean, there could be because like Owens didn't know. I don't know. There could be there could be a layer there, but I don't care. So
yeah, that might be the case, but who gives a flying fuck?
There might be a twist in there somewhere, but I don't really care to think about it. So congratulations.
Excuse me.
I will say, I mean, I'll talk with that whole angle, the best friends versus the Shield angle. I mentioned it before. I just hate everything about Seth Rollins right now. It's just
he's an annoying little shit.
And like his post match video interview was all like, "I'm gonna pay Triple H back for everything he did to me." You motherfucker! He did.
You owe him everything.
I know. It's like, am I not supposed to know? Am I supposed to hate you? Are you supposed to sound like the whiniest little bitch in the world? Because you do.
You know why it hurt when you chair-shotted Roman in the back and he fell just and hugged the rope for comfort because his entire world was shattered? It's because you two were good. You did good things together.
Yep.
Right? It was you went against the system and you took down Evolution and you fucking stuck it to the man and hell yeah, we'll ride with you. Now, the difference here is you got together with the authority, with the bad oppressors, okay? You decided to cozy up to Hitler, and when Hitler turned his back on you, now you want me to feel sympathy for you, and you're going to get payback on him.
Yep.
Fuck you. You were his right-hand man. Eat a dick. You need to earn my trust back. You've not done that in any way.
Yep.
What have you done to earn my trust back other than you essentially showed up and was like, he fucked me over. That son of a bitch. Let's all get him. Because he's bad still. And he put Owens over, and we're like, dude, low-key, we wanted that to happen. Mm-hmm. So, fuck yourself. Seth? That's a stupid name, too. Seth.
It is. It's a heel name. I'm not supposed to cheer a guy named Seth.
You're like, took a second, like, it is, actually. Seth is a dumb fucking name.
Yeah, I mean,
what
I wanted to see happen last night after they powerbombed Jericho through the table, I wanted to see Roman fucking knock his head off. They're like, that's cool, dude. Pow! Remember when you chair shot me in the back?
That's cool, dude.
And then he went
down.
I'd have been a Roman mark for that.
Like, do you think I forgot?
Because even the tribute to the troops thing that people freaked out about. I was like, why are you two idiots just standing there with your fucking betrayer?
Yeah.
There's your chance. Kill him. He's right there. Kill him.
He's right there. He thinks you're one of them. Like he thinks he's a part of the
yucking
group.
It up. Hey, I'm here with my boys. And we're badass again. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Grab his ass. He's available right here. He's like, he's vulnerable. Like, no, that's the thing. It's like, you know what he's capable of doing. He showed you. When people show you who they are, believe them. He will fuck you again because he fucked you already because he wanted to get to the top. The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. That's not how this shit works. Like, dude, you fucked me, you little cunt. Like,
Well, and here's where here's why I don't want to give WWE the benefit of the doubt on they're going to tell this deep Sasha's, recovery, comeback story, is because this is how they do shit. They have never had him bother to fucking apologize to Dean and Roman. He has never in any way expressed any remorse. No remorse.
That's what I was gonna fucking say. At no point.
I would be on the Seth bandwagon through the fucking moon if he came out and said, "What, you know what? I thought I could go on my own. It was a mistake. I got screwed over for it." If you want to, I saw somebody in the comments. I apologize. I don't know who it was saying, another great wrinkle would be to say that Dean and Roman checked up on him while he was injured, and that brought about a change of heart because he realized what true friends were or something. That would be awesome. I'd be on his side. They've done none of that. They've just come out and he said, I used to screw some people over, but now I know what it's like to get screwed over. And come on, guys, let's get him. No. That's no kind of story.
No.
That guy gets fucking stomped down in the parking lot. I don't cheer for him.
You're right about that too, and that's the thing that kills me is he's like, he didn't come back around and was like, he wanted something. That's essentially what it is he came back around and like, I'll unify with you guys if we can get something out of it, because I'm mad at him and he fucked me, so now we can fuck him together, though. That would work out, right? Like, it's an arrangement. It's not like ooh, I like that. It's not like it's like you said, though. It's not like he came back around and was like, look, greed will imprison us all. I was ambitious to a sickening degree. I did something really horrible. I have seen the error of my ways. I pledge to change. I'm sorry. You guys mean everything to me, and you always did. And I was horrible, and I want to be better, and I want to show you that I can be better. And I hope that we can fix this, we can heal these wounds, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the fuck. Like you said, an apology, a real apology. Sit down and be remorseful and just take it and just sit there and go, look, I deserve everything you guys have said or will say, whatever I did bad. Can we be cool? We don't have to get back together. Can we be cool? Whatever. Nope. It's just, hey, remember, he fucked you. Well, he fucked me too. Let's get together. Let's go fuck him. Like, no. Like you said, they're standing next to each other, hanging out right next to him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. What do you want, you little shit? You're a little fucking asshole. Like, you think I forgot what you did? It's even worse. I will never forget that night. That shit's burned into my memory. I got pictures up of the fucking whipped scars that I got on my back because of you, you fuck. Mm-hmm. You're a little shit. I hate you, actually. Get out of here.
Yep.
Nope. They're just yucking it up with them like it's no big deal. Let's triple powerbomb somebody. Look, we're a group and they're a group and this group's over here. Like, no. Fuck no. This is horrible. Fuck that guy, dude. He fucked both of you and it hurt us and you're acting like it doesn't matter now. I don't care if it was what was that, 3 years ago almost? 2 years?
Yeah.
2014? June 1 of 2014. I remember the fucking date.
Almost 3 years.
Our whole site fucking broke down. We're like, why, Seth? Why? Here's Roman. Oh, hey, man, what's going on? No big deal.
Maybe they'll get. I mean, Roman apparently is going to get shuffled to the side so that Seth can get his revenge.
Good. Fuck Roman, because he doesn't give a damn about our feelings. Our feelings are still hurt. And Seth, we're supposed to support him. You know what? I live right next to his gym. There's Black and the Brave Wrestling
Black and the Brave, yep.
Yeah, I live right next to it. It's down the road in Moline. I'm going to go egg that motherfucker today. Fuck you! I still believe in the Shield.
Yeah, man, I don't get it.
I believe, but I can't because they don't demand apologies.
They're a bunch of rolling over motherfuckers.
Yeah, they are. They have no fucking backbone after all those promos. I mean, at least Dean he's unaware of where he is in the world at any given moment.
He thinks he's solving, bringing harmony to the universe by bartending or something, apparently.
And he's not even entirely sure that the breakup ever happened. He's been on a bender for quite a while. It's okay. Yeah.
He's in Vegas with Renee.
Yeah, so who's buying the beers?
Mm-hmm.
So the loser buys the beers. You're the losers because you took this fucking asshole back into your little wing. God, fuck him. So that story sucks.
Yep.
Roman sucks. We've worked ourselves into a shoot that we hate these motherfuckers for doing these things.
Yeah, I guess, like I said, I'm a mark because I got work because I am. Yep. I don't like that guy at all. And his buddies are dumb. So there you go. What else? I don't know.
What else was there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Braun and Sammy, I
Bruh.
guess.
Is he saying roar or is he?
I think he's saying brong. I like to imagine he's saying brong, B-R-O-N-G.
I
Like
always
he
say
doesn't know his own name.
or I always say on Twitter. Every time I say it, I have to do that voice. By the way,
Must be fun for you and
I
the
always
cat.
say that on Twitter, but I don't know if that's actually what's said.
I don't know either.
What did you think about that story?
He was talking. Well, yeah, it was fine. I guess I don't know.
You just don't give a fuck about anything, dude.
I don't know where we're going with. I mean, I honestly, you know what I'm salty about from that match is I think it's bullshit that they declared Sammy the winner.
Why the fuck?
That's a fucking draw by any stretch of the imagination.
You know,
you don't decide all of a sudden he won because he didn't die in 10 minutes.
You know, we've had enough of Seth Rollins and we've had enough of Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose putting up with Seth Rollins, especially Roman just teaming with him because they have common enemies. They're not even really common enemies. Fuck all of them. You know who can super fuck off? Mick Foley. Oh boy, can he fuck
right off the surgery? But yeah,
thought he was taking time off. Pro Wrestling Sheet steered us wrong. Briefly, if only for one show. He comes out. He's skinnier shit these days, by the way. DDP Yoga working well for him. Mm-hmm. How's it going for you, by the way?
It's all right. I haven't lost any weight. I haven't stuck to it. I've done it. I've been doing it, but I'm not on the
You're even more all over the place than I am right now. You're like, oh, well, it's good. Well, actually, you know what? I haven't even done it yet, but it's actually.
I have done it. I've done it like 4 times in like 3 weeks, which is not the schedule you're supposed to be doing it on. So I'm not adhering to the program yet.
Okay. Well, he looks sick, and so he comes.
That's not even. You didn't even mean that to be funny. I'm just a sick bastard and laughed at it. So
he tricks Sammy into thinking he's been traded to the SmackDown brand for fucking Eva Marie, which to me is high praise, but to Sami Zayn is quite the insult. I mean, you might as well have pissed on his mother's foot. And he tricks him into thinking this, works him up, gets him all fucked. He said, ooh, that's the you that I need to see. I'm going to give you 10 minutes with Braun Strowman to basically prove me wrong. You get 10 minutes and prove me wrong. They're like minute 3 into the match. Here comes Foley with a white fucking towel. Why did you book the match if you weren't going to let him see it through? Yep. What is the fucking point? What are you trying to do here? You go, well, I just want to save him. Why'd you book the match then?
Yep.
If you knew this would happen, why didn't you just stick to your guns? Why not just trade him to SmackDown for Eva Marie? Might actually see Eva on TV then. I miss Eva. We can go back to all red everything. We can do anything we want with that. Why would you fucking do it? It makes no fucking sense. You got him riled up to try to give him a chance in the match and then gave him the match and then didn't want to give him the time to actually, I don't know, win the match. What's the fucking point of this? Why is Foley doing this at all? Why should we give a fuck? Who am I supposed to be like? Am I supposed to cheer for Sammy then? But come on, Sammy, you can do it. While Foley's like, no, he really can't do it, guys. I better save him. Like he wants to look good but he's also the babyface. I fucking hate WWE.
Well, it's a Sammy versus Mick face versus face feud that will never lead to an actual match. Yeah, with Braun Strowman as a force of nature,
which is clearly true. Yeah, he is a hurricane going straight up the ass of the competition. But I'm just so over Foley trying to decide every little fucking thing or making decisions and then just running out and having feelings about the decisions he made. I really wonder if he's okay. Like, this does not help. He's had a billion concussions. The way he runs this show, it makes it look like they have taken quite the effect on his fucking mental health. Because he's just like, he's fucking with Sammy just to get him riled up, to give him a match, and then taking the match from him. Maybe he's sadistic. Maybe that's what it is. He just likes to fuck with good people.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, I love that Strowman is made to look like such a badass all the time. I don't love that it, like you said, that it was considered a victory because Sammy lasted 10 minutes.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, you can have the announce team like play it up as a moral victory, but in the fucking record, I mean, fucking JoJo got on the microphone and said Sami Zayn wins. That's nonsense.
We're all at home like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. They should have chanted that in Pittsburgh. No, he didn't.
They were too busy. Speaking of the crowd, not knowing what to do, cheer, boo, whatever. They were chanting delete during this match. Matt Hardy is in everybody's damn head.
Matt Hardy got himself way the fuck over.
Did you watch that?
Delete.
Did you watch that?
Did I watch Total Nonstop Deletion?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I feel bad. I promised one of our biggest fans, the major. I think it's Taylor, right? Taylor on Twitter, and he's my boy. That's Taylor. I promised him last night that I was going to finish watching it today, and I didn't. I've seen half of it. It's okay. That's my hot take. Yep, my hot take on it is it's all right. I don't know. I think I'm kind of where Kyle is on it. It's like it hasn't jumped the shark for me, but it doesn't. I don't need 2 hours of it in one sitting.
It's no longer the industry redefining, all that shit that they talk about.
Again, it's sort of like the UK tournament thing. I think it's great for energizing the masses, but it's not creating new fans.
It'll inject some life, but it won't do much more than that.
Yeah.
Not for very long.
I don't know. I mean, it's great for Hardy. It's great for the Hardy business. Their business is booming in Hardy land, but
out there in Cameron, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm,
well, I tell you what. I like how you asked. You knew the answer to that question.
Yeah, I figured, but I didn't know for sure. I mean, you did the post on it from this weekend. That's how I watched half of it.
I know. That's why I was like, what am I going to say? I didn't know. I didn't read Decker's recap. I didn't see even a preview clip. You're a shambles over there.
You are a hating ass hater. Yeah, I am. My fucking headphones are falling apart. Look at this. Look at this.
What happened?
Phone's got cat hair stuck in them. I'm a sad man.
It's your big ass dome piece. Is that what it is?
I don't sleep right. I don't. Sometimes I don't shower. It's sad.
You don't sleep and you don't shower. You look incredibly well put together. You're a very beautiful man for not sleeping and showering.
I showered yesterday, that's good. I had to be like a member of society this weekend because our nephew was here staying with us. But other than that, it's just I'm a mess.
I too am a mess, and
this is not this is people think that we're like living the dream because we get to blog about wrestling, and we are. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but it's no way to live. It really isn't.
Why would you? Like, I was thinking about there was a time there I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm leaving this damn job, and they were like, why would you do that? It's the greatest gig in the world. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I sit on my big dumb ass in a chair and I talk about shit that I'd never understand and never will understand. I legitimately at this point feel great hatred for the people who put this bullshit together that I have to watch and try to make sense of, because there is no making sense of this kind of stupidity. Like, you can't analyze dumb. You just, like, there's no analysis for it, right? Like even the Sammy story. This could be really good. Like, it's such a simple thing to do, to where if you book it the correct way for Foley to even come out and be like, okay, it can't be Foley because he's the one who made the fucking match. That just doesn't make sense. But it could be someone else coming out and going, I got to save you from yourself. And Sammy going, not like this. I can't go out like that. I would rather die than quit. And then have him die. That's a good story. He's heroic. That is a heroic thing.
Yep.
But you know what I mean, though, right? Like, that's a good story.
Well,
like, he looks like a hero.
Yeah. Yep.
In this way, it's the dude who booked the match, who told him he was never going to book the match, who tried to rile him up to get him ready for the match, who tried to get him out of the match after he fucking put him in it. I fucking hate Mick Foley, dude. Holy shit, dude. Stop this.
I mean, this is at times this has been my favorite thing about Raw, and at other times it has made me want to fucking kill myself. So there you go. That's fine. That's WWE in a nutshell.
People are like, this is bad. I'm like, no, this is awesome. And then Foley opens his mouth, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the stupidest thing that's ever happened in the world.
Yep.
So, and if anything that involves more Strowman is just okay with me. I liked how he got in Foley's face and was like, his blood is on your hands, Foley. Yep. I like how he says Foley with just a real disdain from deep down in his gut, because that's how I feel. I'm just like, I'm pretty sure at some point Strowman's just going to reach into his chest and rip out his fucking heart and show it to him. And I just really want that to happen now. So that's
maybe that's how they write him off for hip surgery, is Strowman tears his heart out of his chest.
Is that what he's doing? He's going to have hip surgery?
Yeah.
Could you be any more of a stereotype, Foley?
Meltzer broke that last. Apparently, he's in like a shit ton of pain, which sucks.
Oh, that's sad. Go be Santa. Go
But
get hip surgery.
I think he's gone for more than a couple weeks to do volunteer work or whatever shit. Pro Wrestling Sheet was selling. Yeah.
Well, that's what they said. That's what WWE said. He's going to go be Santa, do some holiday shit, and he'll be back on January 2nd. All right, calm down.
That is apparently not at all the truth.
And truth is,
it doesn't even like resemble the truth. Yeah.
Truth is, he's like Sasha. He's got 3 head injuries. He'll be at the pay-per-view this Sunday. Which is what happened. He's taking time off to go be Santa. Fuck off. And then he comes out not looking anything like Santa with a white towel. Talking about, I got to get him out of the match. He's going to get his fucking.
No, he did not. Like you said, he looked sick. Like he wasn't. I mean, he's never like a sharp dressed man, but he's like his fucking pants were wrinkled and like the legs were different lengths.
His pants are wrinkled. Nothing fits on him. He's disheveled.
That's how. When I don't have a podcast to do, when I don't have to get on camera, that's how I look. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So. You don't want me to turn this camera on, first of all, because it would crash the feed. Secondly, because I look like Grizzly Adams, and I haven't bathed in at least 3 weeks. So yeah, I took staycation and just sat in my own filth. That's what I do here. That's the dream, people. That's the dream job that everyone's like, I want to be just like you, Geno. Trust me, you don't. Trust me, this kid. Because I get mad about stupid shit like Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose not kicking the shit out of Seth Rollins.
Because it's our life. We don't have any distractions.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I need some distractions in my life, man. I tried to make baseball a distraction. Can't make football because the Bears are an absolute dumpster fire. I don't know. What else was there? We talked about the cruiserweights. Oh, do you want to talk about Big Cash and Rusev?
No, not really.
Rusev Machka.
There were some promos, and
Lana looks pretty good.
Lana looked.
She's a fox.
I am not always on the Lana. I mean, I never think she's like unattractive or anything, but last night that black dress was working.
Trusky.
So that's that. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Enzo got to make some Russian hack jokes and pretend that he's a prostitute. I don't.
I've quickly reached the point that I got with Rock where I was like, all right, is he gonna talk? Yep. Fuck. He's gonna say some words, and I'm just not gonna be.
I can't believe they're selling him wearing that fucking wig. That's like a thing that they sell in the store, and now he's gonna come out with the headband wig and like give it to children.
Enzo?
I would not let my child put that on their head.
Oh, that's stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that's a thing now that they're trying to make happen. Enzo wigs.
Quit trying to make Enzo wigs happen, WWE. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Don't even start trying to make Enzo wigs happen.
It's so
Go
fetch.
back in time. It is
so fetch. What time?
How old is that movie now?
2004 is when it came out. So.
Oh wow, 13 fucking years ago. We're
12,
old.
Sean.
I am so old.
12, Sean. It's not. Oh, it's almost 2017.
It's almost. I mean, I'm rounding up. I want this year to be over, like you said, so I'm rounding up.
Yeah, it feels like we got to December. It feels like every day takes 10 fucking years, and I'm getting real tired of that because it was negative. There was never a single second in the day yesterday or night or morning when it was above negative degrees.
Where it was even 0 with Geno.
It was never 0 degrees. I'm in my house like, geez, I went outside for 2 seconds and the snot in my nose froze. My chest seized up. I had 2 minor strokes and 1 heart attack. And came back inside and was like, fuck, man, I'm never going out there again.
What a game.
I'm a wreck. This is what it does to you. This is what wrestling blogging does to you, folks. We don't even get to go to the shows because we can't because if we
gotta
work. We couldn't fucking work.
That's like, I mean, I'm serious. Yeah, yeah.
People always say, you going to WrestleMania? Why would I do that? Then I have to watch wrestling.
I got to not sleep for 4 days in a row that weekend.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, you going to go to the show? Well, then I'd actually have to watch it. So, no. This way I can just bullshit my way through it via handy dandy Reverend Kane live blogs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the real reason I'm upset about Sasha versus Charlotte is because I had already pre-written all my pieces about how Sasha wins because that's what 35 years of wrestling taught me. And now I actually have to work and watch the fucking thing.
Yeah, because they didn't do what they should have done. Or what the right thing to do is in a situation like that. Fucking WWE. Is there anything else to talk about before we get out of here?
I don't think so. I don't know. Did you see? I don't know. Nothing. No, not really.
Did I see what? What were you going to say?
I don't even know. I don't know. Oh, I was going to tell you, wow. shortly after we got out the air, I saw that the new trailer for John Wick Chapter 2 is out. So we can watch that later and talk about it tomorrow.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! You
Yep.
coming?
So
you coming here to go see it with me for Valentine's Day?
Hell yeah! Is it out on Valentine's Day? Oh, February 10th. Look at that right there. You're right.
Yeah, be my Valentine, John Wick 2. Let's go kill some motherfuckers.
That's I've always wanted to spend February in Iowa. So
I don't live in Iowa, Sean. I live in Nebraska.
Date impossible.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Isn't that where JR's from? He's a big Nebraska fan.
Who's JR? No, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, it's all the same.
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
All right, we're rambling about nothing, so I guess we can get out of here.
I should have taken us out like 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, you should have. He is Sean Reuter. He's at S1 Root on the Twitter machine. You can follow him there, but probably don't do that. He's a real curmudgeon.
No. Yeah.
I'm Geno Morosco. You can follow me at King of the Cage. And
King of the Cage is going to get all these new followers today. They're going to think they're going to follow somebody who's actually verified, and it's not.
You can
follow superstar Geno Morosco at Cage Side Seats.
Yeah,
and
go fuck yourselves.